you take the time you need to get ready, and then I'll edit out the parts that was not there.
Okay. Hi, welcome back to the Unchatable Podcast. Damn it, man! I'm super nervous! First time doing this! You know what? We're keeping this data. Scratch it. You know what? Okay, fine. Welcome back to the Unchatable Podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and my co-host, Y, who is currently eating and can't do this little bit right now. And along here with our new... Oh, goddamn it. Someone's...
Great job. Alright, Murray, you do it quickly. I'm still eating.
Hello, welcome back to the Unchatable Podcast. I'm your host of mine with my co-host.
Wait, hey, is that my impression? What the heck? That's not what I sound like at all. How dare you?
Entire freaking mess.
This is actually
No, this is great. I love this.
Okay, I'll do it from the top. Okay.
No, we're keeping this all in.
Fine. Our guest here today is The Scent, the team behind the Persona 4 Golden Bridge series. So,
Yeah.
we have voices of Chi and Yosuke here, directors of the series. Say hello.
Hello. Hi.
Nice.
Oh, are you still eating?
Yeah.
Shit, I can't do these.
What?
I can't do these transitions. You know,
Okay.
I'm capable of doing
Alright.
so.
Hey, no, hold on. Let me just eat this fry.
Nice, dude. Smash.
Yeah.
Oh, why is this becoming an ASMR series now?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we were planning on having them on. I think last week, or no, last week, right? Yeah.
But then complications came across with scheduling and classes and such. But now we have them here. It's been a whole week since their new episode came out, and well,
Yeah.
actually
well.
2 weeks.
Mhm.
But hey, better late than never.
Yeah.
But if you haven't seen already and you can't already tell, one of our new co-hosts is basically, spoiler alert, Jen replacement is Marie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
She
We got
did
we got a new logo and everything. It's sleek. It's cool. It's great.
Yeah, because she's a
I-
frequent
I
guest and she
actually-
did ask to become a new co-host, so
Yeah.
here we are.
And I was like,
It's-
okay.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I was kind of nervous about asking you guys, but because I've been in the podcast for like more than Margaret, I believe.
yeah, you probably have.
So yeah,
No offense, Margaret.
Yeah.
I love you, Margaret.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Let's just get this started. Let's start with. Hey Jack, how was your week? What's been going on? What's going on? What's up? What's going on?
It's been fine. Just school plays, exhausting the crap out of me. But I just bought Borderlands 2, so I'm probably gonna get into the series.
Oh, yeah.
That's whatever. It's fine.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been deciding what to do with my life while I wait for Death Stranding. That's basically me right now.
Yeah, Death Stranding is
And
a
also
thing.
just college things and like that. But, yeah. Yeah. What was that noise? I don't know. Marie, how about you? What's up?
I've been sick throughout the past week, but right now I'm feeling a little better. Well, not 100% because I still have a slight nose and a little bit of this, but yeah.
Gotcha.
But hey, I've been keeping up with Dragon Quest 11. Yes, and
Oh my god.
stop.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I am clearly fine.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Do you need soup?
You need
I
some
ate
soup?
soup.
Nice.
Oh.
Cool. Okay.
Alright, keep drinking that soup.
Moving
then.
on to the
Yeah.
to the.
Well, wait, hold on a sec. Well, let's talk to our fine guest. Hey, guys.
That's what I
how's it
meant when I
going?
said moving on to the scent.
Okay, I'm
style.
sorry. Jeez.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's because she's got
Also-
the sniffles, so she's smelling. Yeah, I get it.
That's the sound of me. That's the sound of the tank gang coming closer.
Tank gang, they sniff. All right.
Tank gang, go
But how?
forward.
He's a
Yo,
skull.
tank.
He's a skull robot. He doesn't have a nose.
Oh, he's still going to save the world.
But
All
he
right.
looks so scary.
Oh!
Whatever. Okay,
right, fine.
onto named Alexa. So, how are you guys?
Yeah, how's the episode been?
We're doing good. The episode's doing good from what I've seen. Generally positive reviews, especially compared to the last one. So I'm pretty happy about that.
That's good. What's how long does it take you guys usually make an episode, do you think?
Oof.
God.
Oof.
That is a tough answer
That is
because
the question.
it takes a lot of manpower behind the scenes to
Mhm.
get one done. So in terms of, because there's a bunch of different processes, we have writing the script for an episode. Then we have the deadline for our voice actors to send us the lines that we need. And then once editing starts, that usually by itself takes about, I don't know, what would you say, like maybe 2 months?
Weeks.
Yeah.
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 Lately it's been faster because I feel like we're getting better at it. I'd like to think we're getting better at it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you always will, but yeah, you always hope it's like, okay, wait, am I actually doing good here, guys? Let me know here.
Yeah.
Take notes, Nick.
Shut up. But yeah, no. As someone who used to do like Twitter editing stuff and would edit like short videos for like usually like around a minute, I can only imagine how long it would take to do like 15-minute stuff and 10-minute stuff, like things like that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah. It's a lot.
Yeah, especially the way that we do it, because we try to make sure that in terms of how it looks, comes out almost so natural, like you're watching an actual anime.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like abridges you'll see or stuff online where they make their own lip flaps, but we try to make our lip flaps look almost identical to what it would look like in the show. And just doing one line can take an entire 30 minutes to an hour just to get right. But some lines will just fit perfectly and we don't really have to mess with it too much. So it's just this constant back and forth of oh, I gotta get this line right, or wow, that line just actually fit perfectly on its own. So yeah, it goes from there, and it just varies based on the line, what we're given, and what we put in.
That's awesome. Yeah. So instead of editing the lip facts, it's like, okay, we're just gonna make this. We're gonna change our voices to fit the anime and not the. Okay, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
Just
cool.
try to make it work.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, yeah. We'll promote it at the end of the podcast. But I mean, holy crap! I mean, look at these views on these things. If you haven't already seen it, go ahead and watch it. It's great. I've watched a couple of the episodes. Good stuff.
I've been watching. It's a lot of fun. You guys even also just you've done a couple of art communities posts. I know you've done Kasumi Ribbons, and my own is dubbing them over, but with your voice actors. Yeah, it's actually really impressive. I always find them a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. We're always trying to find new ways to branch out and try new things, and I thought that'd be really cool. Unfortunately, with this dub, we've kind of haven't had time to do more of that. But we'd love to do more because they're a lot of fun, and it's really fast to do. So yeah.
Sweet. Cool.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think that's. I mean, if anyone else has anything to talk about, we can go ahead and move on to the topic list.
When it comes to those short comic dubs,
Okay.
it also becomes it's also an act of inspiration. If we see oh, I have this really good idea for this quick little 15-second tweet, and so the inspiration is there, and when we see it, we try to act on it as soon as we can. But sometimes we can't, and then sometimes we lose that little spark we had. I've had that idea. I've had an idea where I'll see something a comic that someone will post, and then we just, with time, because we're all busy or whatever, I just forget about it on there. I remember Alexa and I had an idea to do this Yosuke comic with Naruto in it, and then we still haven't done it yet.
Oh, I keep forgetting
yikes.
about that.
Yeah, see, so it's always an inspiration thing whenever we do the comic dubs. We're oh, that would be cool if we did this, and then also brings in a lot of people to either the Twitter or the YouTube page, and just always an inspiration thing.
And
Yeah,
it's also not to toot your horn or anything, Mr. You Investigates, but like your posts are usually the funniest. So we're like, yeah, we got to do this one definitely. I don't know. It's just they always show up on my feed, and I'm always getting a laugh out of them. So.
Oh, you can't see through the camera, but I'm blushing. can't see on the other side, but yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys' stuff is always funny. I'm always just. Yeah, like I really like your opening mix of the JoJo part 4, opening 3, Great Days. Yeah, I mean, I genuinely like that. I'll watch it back and forth again because I did something like that for Persona 4 Golden with like Crazy Noisy Bizarre Town, but yours is like really good. I like yours. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. That was made by, of course,
Kazucom. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's cool.
He's really cool. He offered actually to make an intro for us. He's like, yeah, I have one that I've been working on, and I don't know, I feel like it'd fit. So I'm like, okay, just send it to us, and we'll put it up. And that's exactly how he sent it to us. And we
it came out outstanding. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, really good. I love it. So.
Sorry for the silence.
No. I'm used to it. I've been
We're just having a wholesome moment here. It's fine. All right.
And it's been like recently. I just recently watched like Persona 4 Golden Bridged. Once you guys came around and yeah, it was really fun. I still haven't finished watching the 4th episode, but maybe after recording I'll continue watching it because it's a fun time.
Yeah, for sure. Did you guys have any like questions about it? Like, is there anything you wanted to know? Yeah.
I guess something that's a lot of people ask would be what's a good place to start? Like, if someone else wanted to make something like this, is it just doing it? Like, okay, like instead of being like, oh, we're gonna do this, and this, but never really following through on it, it's just like, okay, just make something, do something, and then see where it goes.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Yeah, with me personally, how I started this project, I don't know if you're okay with me getting into that.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. So for me, it started because I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to do a dub of something. So I did a lot of studying on just regular animes. I would just like listen to the sounds in the background and be like, okay, like, and you kind of have to learn how to break that down and be like, okay, in this scene, there's these sounds, and these sounds, and we want to kind of, sort all that so we know what to put in there. So even just with sounds, it's like so much work is put into it. But yeah, to go back to like how it started, I started wanting to voice act this year. Finally. I mean, I've always wanted to voice act, but this year was like, yeah, I really want to go for it. So I auditioned for a couple of things, and no one was calling me back. So I was pretty discouraged by that, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make my own. Why not? Let's just make our own.
You want something done right, you gotta do it yourself.
Exactly. So I started this project, and I was like, I told all my friends. Me and Nate have been friends for like years now, so I was like, hey, you want to get on this? He was like,
and
yeah,
I was like, of course, because we love Persona 4 so much. Yeah.
And we asked a couple friends, other friends, and then set up a casting call. The thing with these dubs is like you have to be really motivated and determined to do it, because if you're just like kind of lazy about it and not passionate, it's not gonna end well. Like, it's gonna end after like 3 episodes or 2 episodes, because it's a lot of work. So you really have to put your all into it.
Yeah, you have to take that jump, because I honestly, because we worked really hard to put out the first episode, and I think the reason why we were able to jump back on it so fast was because of the overwhelming support we got after we put up the first episode. Like, it did really well, and it blew up out of any of our wildest dreams. And because of that, we were like, we got to push out episode 2. And we worked really hard on episode 2, and that one came out really good too. And it was just like, man, you just got to, once you get yourself in that mindset of, hey, I'm making this because I'm proud of it, and this is when I want to show people what I'm doing. That's why I love this project so much, is because like I can show this to like someone that I meet, whether it's at a convention or something or like that, and I can just be like, hey, this is what I did, and they can actually hear my voice as a character in something. And it's just so cool to be able to show that to someone and be like, hey, this is me. This is what I've been doing.
And if it's something like you wanted to pursue voice acting in the future in a more like, you know, like professional, like, you know, instances of like video games and movies or whatever, TV show animations, you could be like, hey, here's basically a demo reel. You can watch this and you can listen to me acting as a character.
Nate, I think I saw a picture somewhere that you met up with, or at least you got to meet Yuri Lowenthal at a convention.
Yeah, I was actually just at a con this weekend, and it just happened to run into Yuri Lowenthal and Tara Platt while I was there, and that was a dream come true because Yuri Lowenthal is my favorite voice actor. And it was really nice to be able to talk to him for a second. They were so nice, so humble. It was an amazing experience, and I was super nervous. I was shaking. I was like, oh my God.
It's so weird. Like, after going to these cons and meeting these voice actors, it's hard to believe it, like, until you actually meet them. But voice actors, like, are anime fans too. It's weird. It's like it's such a surreal feeling.
Or even just real people and not, you know, just a voice.
Not some celebrity or whatever you think they are. They're really every voice actor I met at that con was just so down to earth and so real. So it was really refreshing getting to meet them, and they were like, "Yep, you are exactly how I pictured you, and you are awesome. Thank you." You know?
Yeah. It's like when Robbie Damon streams like Persona 5 or whatever. It's like, oh okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Or just Robbie Damon in general.
True.
You also gotta mention, Nate, like what he told you.
Yeah, so I got a second to talk to him, and I actually told him about like these projects that me and Alexa have been working on, and he was like, "That's so cool," because he loves the fact that Yuri literally said this himself, that the community, especially for Persona in general, is just so out there in creating content, and he was like, "That's what I love about doing this line of work." Was that he was able to, or he can just see the results of everything, because he knows about the Hi, I'm Daisy comic dub. So I actually told him about our project, Persona 4 Golden Bridged, and he thought that was really cool, because he just loves that these fans, or this project that he's worked on, brings all these fans together to create this new content, and he thinks that's amazing, and I'm like, that's awesome.
That's fantastic, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And...
What? I told him to watch Persona 4 Golden Bridge.
No,
and...
when you said... You told him that you voiced Yosuke.
Oh yeah, I did tell him I voiced Yosuke, and then he called me his Brosuke, and then my heart melted. My heart actually melted. I was like, ugh.
Yeah, you never forget that. Am I right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be on your deathbed and be like, Yuri Lowenthal called me a Brosuke once.
Exactly. My heart melted. I was like, oh my god.
That's fantastic. That's great.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess another question, in terms of finding voice actors, how do you go about doing that? Do you just have friends that are like, hey, you want to be on this? Like, yeah, I can do this. Or do you go to, I know there's tons of websites that like,
I know that you use casting call for a lot of your projects, from what I've seen.
Yeah, so we did use casting call, but at first, when we started, I didn't want to take it so seriously, so I was like, oh, these characters don't have to sound exactly like the original cast. So then that's when I got my friend to voice you, False Proof, because I'm like, he doesn't sound like Johnny, but, I still want him to be a part of the project. That was the same with Nate, actually. He was like, please let me voice Yosuke.
I basically begged her, because Yosuke is like my favorite character.
I had never heard Nate voice act before, so I was like, oh, well, I don't expect him to sound like Yosuke, so it's fine. And then he just like blew it out of the water when he auditioned for it, and blew my mind. I'm like, wow, my friends are actually so freaking talented. Because the same thing happened with our Teddy VA. he like doesn't watch Persona or he doesn't play it, or well, yeah, he has played Persona 5. You know, I really wanted him to be a part of it because he's a really funny guy. He has a YouTube channel. His name's Jum, and I really wanted him on this project. So, and he loves bears. His YouTube persona is a bear. So I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you're the bear? And he's like, okay, cool. So he tried it, and he actually sounds very similar. So I'm like, wow, that's awesome. So it was pure luck for that in that sense. But mostly every other one was casted through casting call. I mean, you could still see the page now, the Persona 4 Golden Bridge casting call, and so many people auditioned. It was really hard to choose because, you know, so much talent. But inevitably, we were able to pick what I feel is the best choices because, you know, we're just like a big family now and we all get along.
That's great.
So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I know from experience with voice acting projects, don't ask me, nothing I was ever in was good. But basically I know it's like, for like Abridged projects like these, you can either get someone who sounds like the original character, or you can try to find someone who can make a distinct voice that not only fits the character, but can add a new take on it.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how it works. Like, you know, Team 4-Star, their Goku sounds something like Goku, but his childlike innocence just works so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get to that point, yeah.
Yeah, me and Jack, we were going to be slotted into a bridging project, but it very much fell through.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It was Persona
also
5.
Yeah, I was EY, but I mean, it was funny because I was like, you know, this was when Persona 5, the Persona 5 anime was coming out, right? Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh, great. And it was like, oh, there's a casting call for EY. Good thing that never really came through because I would have had like 3 lines anyway. EY shows up like twice in that anime, so, you know.
Like, Y was going to be a Y, I was going to be Yusuke, and then Marie was going to be Haru.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
This was supposed to be my horror voice. It's not really that good, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
But wow,
you know.
it's so long.
Maybe
Things
we'll try
happen
to
though.
get back on.
Projects go through. It just, you know, it's a thing that just happens.
It happens all the time.
It does.
Yeah,
I'm
like
like
there's
this
so many
new-
projects you audition for, and just the people behind it just ends up breaking apart, and it sucks because you meet so many people through doing stuff like that, and it's great. But when stuff like that happens, it creates a very awkward situation, and so I definitely feel that.
I'm just glad something I did find to put some ounce of effort into was when we were just randomly talking in the Discord once, and I think someone mentioned like, hey, we're talking about the Persona Says, like all those groups of like parody accounts or whatever, like someone should make like a podcast or whatever. I was like, huh. But you know.
So that's how Unchatable was meant to be.
Yeah, I was like, I'll maybe. We were throwing out names, and most of them were trash, and this one was the least trash, so the Unchatable Podcast it was. But yeah.
I think it's a great name.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do too.
Good stuff.
I think it's a great name too. Like
Okay, well, yeah, but-
Unchatable. It
Yes.
goes together like peanut butter and jelly.
Right, and we did recently just sort of spin off, I guess, into edited YouTube content. We played Scriblio and posted that on the channel. That did pretty good. We got some good reception from that, so I'm excited to do more of that. But yeah.
I probably play like other games like Blaze Blue Cross Tag.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, all right. Listen, you're the one that plays Blaze. I'll suck at it, but we'll play that.
Listen, I have played against Marie. She is going to kick our asses.
Okay.
Run
all right.
while you can.
Wait until the Blitztank comes out.
She's going to
Yosuke
run
and
us over.
Blitztank.
Yosuke and
Yosuke and
Blitztank.
Blitztank. Yosuke is going to run you over.
All right. Cool. Well, can't wait for that then. We'll make that something. But yeah. So I think that would be a good time to transition into the topic thing. I realize I never do a really good job of explaining what happens when we do this, but basically we sort of search through stuff throughout the week to talk about. We put it in the topic ideas chat, And then on each episode, we go around to each subject, give our thoughts about it, and move on to the next. So,
Is there anything else you two would like to add? Like anything that you personally find interesting? Then you can go ahead and type it in there. Or if not,
and
you
we'll
can
talk
add it on
about that
the
too.
go.
But
So on.
just anything that it doesn't even have to be within the past week. If it's just something you've been wanting to talk about in a public manner, I guess, or whatever. Yeah, any sort of way.
Yeah.
And if you choose not to talk on any of the topics, then yeah, it's fine too. Some people choose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're gonna start first with the Persona 5 Scramble trailer, which came out. What was it, like a couple days ago?
I think
A week
last
ago.
week.
My sense of time has been distorted. But yeah, definitely not what I was expecting from a Koei Tecmo game, and the fact that it's just a sequel, basically, or at least a continuation of the story from Persona 5, has me really excited for it. And especially with all the RPG elements we've seen, this probably looks like the most in-depth, like, what is it called?
Warriors game?
Warriors type game I've ever played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Warriors games like Fire Emblem and Hyrule Warriors, and to see that they not only is Persona 5 is getting one, and the fact that it goes beyond the depth of a regular Warriors game is really impressive. Like, you have platforming, you have story elements, and you have like a recaptured just desire of the original style. Is just
Yeah, it looks
I
really
want it
great.
in my hands.
I mean, all the new artwork is amazing. If you've seen that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's beautiful.
Biker
beautiful
Jacket
drawings.
Makoto, give it to me. I
Yeah.
need it in my life.
Yeah. On looks really cute. I really like On's design. Why is it that On gets the best outfits? Where?
Because as some would say, she might be best girl, or some people say Futawa's best girl. Some say it doesn't matter. They're all best girls.
But I.
100%.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But yeah,
I'm
from
you.
Muso games, like I haven't played a whole lot, but from the ones I have played, it seems like recently anyway, because I hear Dynasty Warriors, I think it was 9, came out. I heard it did not do well at all, and then Fire Emblem Warriors came out, and that one was okay, but I don't know, I felt like it was a little lackluster with content wise. But yeah, for the trailer for this, it looks so hopeful because they just it's so much charm put into it because. You can just tell by like the love for the series of it, and I love the fact that it's coming to the Switch. That's
great.
Great to me.
Not the
Because
P5 Switch people were asking for, but
Yeah.
at this point because of how much they were asking for it.
yeah,
Yeah, like
Get what you
like
freaking
Atlas.
deserve.
Yeah, like Atlas just put like
Take your time.
Yeah, I can't speak at all. I can't speak at all. But yeah,
It's okay.
It's okay.
really good. Like when the trailer came out, people were like, "This isn't what we want." But now that the new trailer just came out, tomorrow there's going to be more info about the game. At least when we're recording.
Yes.
Mhm.
So the one day. All right.
yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I love the fact that it's coming to Switch because I'm not a huge like performance buff. I much more prefer portability when it comes to gaming. That's why I love my Switch so much, and I use it all the time. So even if it does run like performance-wise not as well as the PS4 version, I think I would still end up getting it on the Switch anyway. How do you guys feel about that?
Yeah.
It
Just-
would
I just-
really have to. I would love to get it on the Switch. I'll have to see. I'll look at because I may be a bit more performance buff as for playing on PC too long. It's corrupted my brain thinking that more frames equals more
Yes,
good.
same.
But if the Switch version comes out and it's like, it plays fine, and, it runs fine, then I'll probably get it on the Switch just for the portability.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Switch too. It's amazing.
I most likely will get on the PS4 just so like I can get taken all the visuals properly. But if it does run well on the Switch and there aren't that many like downgraded aspects, then I'm down for it. Anytime I can keep using my Switch again and again.
I always may end up buying it twice
I honestly
anyway.
agree with with Jack here. If it looks good, then I'll get it on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of warrior games myself. Can't talk myself. But this, saying that the trailer like completely blew me away, and the fact that it's a Persona 5 sequel is like, well, Now I'm gonna have to get it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't really have a choice, but it looks stunning. It really caught my eye, and like I said, I know that wasn't there a Legend of Zelda Warriors?
There was.
Yes,
Hyrule
Hyrule Warriors was
Yeah.
probably my favorite version of like the Warriors game. Even though they were basically identical except for that one adventure mode where you go around the Zelda map. But all the characters and all their like quirky little like attacks and all that kind of stuff was so good. Especially playing as Tingle, like come on.
A lot of charm, and the soundtrack was so good, and that's why I'm excited for this one too. The soundtrack.
Oh my god,
like,
the soundtrack's
sounds
gonna be
so good.
amazing.
Oh, yeah, it does
Oh,
sound
yeah.
really great.
There's one thing that I am happy about. Well, I'm happy and unhappy. I'd say Narukami is happy, but I'm not happy. Is the fact that because there is Persona 4 and 3 music DLC, that means that they probably won't be in the game.
Yes.
Because that means a smaller roster. Narukami would be happy because he doesn't have to be in another frickin' spin-off, but I would be unhappy because they can't make content off of it of him being unhappy. And that just boils down to me being in a bit of a progress slide, but other than that, I think I'm okay.
Yes.
So, also Persona 1 and 2 music are in it.
Acknowledgement
Wait.
is all we need.
We need, yes, acknowledgement. Just like how they acknowledge our screen time.
I think they did though. They did. I think it's gonna be all right. I don't know. I guess we can kind of that kind of moves on to our second thing with P5R launching in Japan, and good friends of the show, Mystic Distance and Fansite have been streaming it on their doing their own things. So that's been fun. But for us Westerners, it's gonna be till March or whatever next
Yes.
year,
I've
which is a
already been
cruel way. Wait, I have not been spoiled, and God damn it, I will not be spoiled.
Yeah, let's
I-
keep it that way.
Hey!
Listen, I have been spoiled already. I have been spoiled by Kasumi's code name. Not gonna say it,
Okay.
but yeah, I've been spoiled already. Not gonna comment.
I have not-
Just gonna say I've been spoiled.
They already showed so much in the
They
trailers.
go-
I don't want to know
Yeah.
anything else. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Save it.
Wasn't spoiled. All I cared about was the freaking tanks.
The tanks?
Blaze
What?
Blue.
Oh,
Blaze
Blaze
Blue
Blue.
cross-tag battle.
Blitztank, right.
Yeah, I've only cared about that instead of P5R spoilers, but I only know about the music though.
Right, yeah, people started
God
off with
dang it.
music. But I listening to music is almost as bad as watching spoilers because I know my friend who played Persona 5, he listened to Rivers of the Desert before he got to the Shido fight, and I was like, you fool, you absolute, like the full version of Rivers of the Desert, like the lyrics version. I was like, you fool, you absolute fool. But it can't be helped. The music is so damn good. It's like, well.
I just want to listen to the full versions of these songs. Like, no more what ifs, take over. Except there's no colors flying high full version, unfortunately, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
They played it live, but that's it.
Yeah. Cool. Well, anybody else got anything to say about P5R before we move on to the next topic?
Just not that I'm really excited for it. I hope that we get, because I saw Japan got like a Royal Flush edition, like a special edition. I really hope that the West gets some kind of special edition as well.
Oh
because,
yeah, they probably will because how big the game is in the West. I hope to get like a P5R PS4 controller because dang, those look nice, and I'm not gonna buy a whole PS4 Pro,
Yeah.
especially when the PS5 is gonna be coming out in like a year.
Yeah.
That always irks me when I buy like a new console and it's like the standard version or whatever, and then a game comes out and it's like, for the people who haven't bought it yet, ooh, check this out, this fancy, like beautifully designed casing, and I'm just like, why? Why couldn't I wait like a couple months for this game to come out and then get it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's the way it is. There's no reason to be too upset about it. It's just, it's just straight up like, buy our console. We got to do it. Get those numbers up. Number go up.
Yeah, unfortunately I missed out on P5's initial release in the West, so I didn't get the Take Your Heart edition, my one friend, he had that, and it looks so good, so I was really hoping that it, in some way, hopefully I can get like a P5R special edition if it comes out.
Hopefully it's as cool as like the Take Your Heart edition in vanilla, because
Oh yeah.
God, it's honestly the best special
I
edition.
wish I
I've ever
had that
bought.
bag. If I had
Don't
that
worry,
bag,
I can
would use
ship
every
it to
day.
you. I'll
Yeah.
ship it to you if I can.
Oh, then we'll be paid off for Dragon Quest XI's. That sounds fair enough.
Also, those other
It's fine,
games
It's fine. It's fine. I'll find my way to get one of my own eventually. It's cool.
Thankfully,
Gotcha.
for me, the wait for P5R won't be so bad because I'll have, I'll have Death Stranding to keep me busy. Death Stranding has gotten its review embargo lifted, and it all came out. So rather surprisingly mixed reviews. I know on the IGN, it got the whole thing people are talking about right now is that it got a 6.8 on USA IGN, but then you go over to look at IGN Japan and IGN I think Italy, it was like 9.8s and all that kind of stuff. But this was honestly what I was expecting from Kojima. As listeners of the podcast may know, I have been sort of going through the entire Metal Gear franchise from start to finish in preparation for this game, even though, it's not related, or God, I hope that it is, but, it's impossible because Konami. But yeah, I did that. I started with Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 Solid, all the way up to 5. 5 was a real pain to complete. But that's here or there.
Oh god, today I was at Target when I was getting my copy of Borderlands 2, and my little brother saw like a copy of Metal Gear Solid 5 for like the Xbox 360, and he was like, hey Jack, what's in this one? And I'm like, oh, that was the last Konami game for Metal Gear Solid because they fired Kojima and it was episodic. Let me tell you the innocence of the point where it came to a point where, yeah, what does episodic mean? And to explain, it's unfinished, and we're never gonna get a continuation, at least not while we're alive.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 5 kind of finished. To be honest, the story of MGS kind of could have stopped after 3, went on to 4, then Portable Ops, then Peace Walker, then 5. Peace Walker and Portable Ops and 5 are all just in between. But I get what you mean. Also, I like how you said the last Metal Gear Solid game. Yes, Metal Gear Solid 5 was the last Metal Gear Solid game ever to be published. Shut up. It didn't happen. Metal Gear Survive didn't happen.
That Kojima worked on.
Right, that Kojima worked on. Of course. But yeah, yeah, people are saying that about Death Stranding, though. It's like, oh, it's just a walking simulator, blah, 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 blah. I heard that the final cutscene of the game is 2 hours long, which I believe.
Oh gosh, that's even longer than Metal Gear
Solid 4. Yep, Metal Gear Solid 4. It's longer than that. He beat his own record.
Or maybe was it Snake Eater? Maybe, I don't know.
No, it was Metal Gear Solid 4. MGS3's
Yeah,
cutscene wasn't that long.
Yeah, MGS4 had I think won a record for longest cutscene or something like that.
MGS3 definitely had the best ending of the entire franchise, though. In my opinion.
I don't know. I don't play these Metal Gear Solid.
These Metal
stuff.
Gears, Colonel. But
Colonel.
gotta find that Metal. But yeah, and with the people who say that's just a walking simulator, mainly I sort of look at them and I go, okay, so this is the same sort of feeling I get from the people who talked about Red Dead Redemption 2 in a similar way. If you saw the gameplay, that first, in the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 2, that first part of the game where you're slowly trudging through the snow for 30 minutes, and it's like, okay, if you don't like this, you should probably go and refund the game now, but if you do, hop on, buddy, it's going to be a long ride.
Yeah.
That's sort of been my philosophy towards it.
I have a plan. We ride into Strawberry.
I have a feeling Death Stranding will be the same, where it's if you don't enjoy just exploration at its purest exploration, then maybe don't pick this one up. Maybe just look up the cutscenes on YouTube or whatever,
No, I think it's 100%. It's going to be a game where you either love it or you hate it.
Yeah.
There's going to be no in between.
And that's what the reviews have been showing.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm sorry.
Sorry. I mean, it is an 84 degrees on Metacritic, and I think it's gonna be it's doing kind of well, I guess. But go on, Nate. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good. With that sort of game, it just looks to be that sort of game where you're either going to be interested in it or you're not. And, if you're someone who's on set for buying it, you're going to get it and you're probably going to love it. But if you're on the fence about it, then you should definitely look into it and see if that thing is sort of your thing. Exactly what you said about exploration. Because if you're someone who's into those type of games, maybe Breath of the Wild or Red Dead or Skyrim, maybe you like this. But yeah, it completely depends on how you feel about a cinematic experience in your video games. Like if you like David Cage type games where the story takes over, then you might like this. Thing is with Kojima, his stories, he tries to do so many off the wall type things, and usually it pays off. And I feel like with this game, it's because he finally has the creative freedom he's given without being with Konami. He's finally able to go all out with it, and it just depends if you like that. Or not, you know?
I saw a really great analogy on Twitter about Kojima's sort of writing process and just general story flow. It's like if Kojima, you know, he's sitting there and he has a fridge and he puts a piece of candy in the fridge and he's like, I'm gonna eat that later today. Then he completes Forgetly about it. And then let's say like a couple weeks pass by and he opens up the fridge and he sees the candy. He just says to himself, "You're a genius." To me, that kind of fits pretty well into what I'm thinking about Kojima.
Yeah.
But I love the man. I hope to go to a con one day and be able to meet him myself. That would be a dream come true. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy playing his games and being like, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so on from Death Stranding. There was a... Right, okay. So the final Star Wars, whatever, Rise of Skywalker. Final trailer. Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone think they're actually gonna go see this in theaters, or what's up? What do you guys
I'm
think?
definitely gonna go see it because like it's a family tradition to go see a Star Wars movie, whether it's bad or not. But I just hope JJ can fix what Last Jedi did to the series, because I didn't hate Last Jedi, but it caused a lot of problems with the fan base.
Yeah.
But then again, like, this is a huge series, and this is how they're going to supposedly finish this. Not only is it supposed to be finished to this new trilogy, but to the entire franchise as we know it. So
it's just funny because that's kind of what the opposite of what they said just a couple of years ago, where it's like, this is gonna go on forever and ever and ever. We're gonna have a new Star Wars every 2 years or every year or whatever it was.
So space horses or not, I am hoping that this turns out at least decent, because I like Star Wars. I'll watch it till like the day I die.
Okay.
Like every Christmas, I watch the whole series over and over again. But yeah,
Every Christmas.
every Christmas.
Dang.
Big Star
There
Wars
must be a
brain over
tricky
here.
case of dirt chase. Yeah, I'm honestly not a big Star Wars fan. I honestly don't plan on watching it. I mean, I don't hate Star Wars. It's not really too much of my cup of tea.
It's fine. I get you.
But hey, more power to those who are excited for Rising of Skywalker. God dang it!
It's okay. I said Rise of Skullwalker earlier.
Skywalker.
Skywalker.
So it's Skullwalker.
So, Nate, Alexa, either of you Star Wars biggies, or we have another Marie?
No, unfortunately, I'm not into Star Wars. I don't know, I never got into it, but I have a friend who's like really big on it, and he forced me to go see one of them. I don't remember what it was called.
What year was it?
It was like I don't want to say anything that sounds stupid, but it's the first one of the... God, I don't know.
The Force Awakens, possibly?
Maybe, I don't know. I know it was the first one. I don't want. I'm scared I'm gonna say something and then trigger like a Star Wars fan and be like, oh, she's so dumb. But
let's get Persona 4 Golden Bridge canceled.
Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah, it's just like I'm really trying to be careful with my words here. But
okay.
Yeah, I've seen one of them. Because I was forced to go, and I thought I would not like it, but surprisingly, I very much enjoyed it, which is like weird.
Well, do we know it wasn't Last Jedi or Solo?
I really, really, really like had a good time watching it, and I've never seen anything Star Wars related beforehand, so that was really surprising. But other than that, I don't really have much to say on it.
Okay, that's fine.
As for me, I did grow up watching Star Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars buff, but I have seen all the movies, and I very much liked The Force Awakens, but I did not like Last Jedi personally. So for this one, I wasn't... Yeah, so for this one, I'm not really that excited for it. I'm still gonna go see it either way. Either eventually when it comes out, like, you know, on DVD or Blu-ray, or either when maybe I'll go see it at the movies. I'm not too sure.
At this rate, most people just go see it for the soundtrack and also the visuals, because like for how bad Last Jedi got a rep for, that Star Cruiser just a crash scene was gorgeous, something I will never forget seeing on the big screen, even if it came after a whole bunch of stupid stuff that the fans hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the character Rose.
Rose was
you know
fine.
about
I'd have rather not get into this, actually. What Alexa says is true. Let's not get canceled here, folks.
Yeah, let's keep it at that.
Okay, moving on.
Something actually bad.
Here, we can talk about this. We can talk about this thing because everyone hates this. It's Fallout First.
Okay, all right, yeah. Speaking of fuck ups, here we go. Fallout First subscription service.
Right? Don't you want to pay? What was it, $100 a year or whatever?
$100 a year, yeah.
$60 a freaking. What are the rates again?
I don't know.
They only have 2 rates: 1 month or a year, and 1 month is like $12.99, and then a whole year is $99.99.
Most of this stuff should already be basic features.
I'm trying to look it up now, but someone made. I think it was.
Yeah, it was just, I know exactly what you're talking about, the website, right?
Yeah, the website.
FalloutFirst.com.
Yeah, here,
Yes.
It's falloutfirst.com, that's it.
Okay.
That's the whole URL. Someone got the domain name before Bethesda did, and they just made it look like a advertisement for Fallout First, but it is not.
It's very much not.
Great.
From if you blur your eyes, it looks okay, but as soon as you start reading the words, and it's like, why the fuck would you buy this shitty ass service? It's so funny.
I would say the same about the game itself.
Yeah. I mean, the game has become. The game went from $60 to like free within a couple months. I'm pretty sure.
I still have to pay $60 at my local Target for it. I don't see why you're so happy.
I did not know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it came to a point where it's like, it was being bundled with other games, like if you buy Call of Duty, Black Ops, whatever, you also get a free copy of Fallout 76, please buy this.
Yep.
In freaking Germany, they were just slapping a copy of it straight onto an Xbox One.
Yeah, but, it's actually pretty funny. I guess players now in the game are hunting and targeting players that have the subscription.
Yeah.
And I think it's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
This group of people who's still playing the game, and it's like, all right, guys, we found a subsection of us that we could bully because they bought the Fallout First subscription.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's terrifying.
Mad Max over here.
I don't understand why they thought this would work. Like, I just think that it's funny that Fallout 76, a game starting so horrible, that they think that they can fix it over time, but it will inevitably worse and worse, and is going to stay the funniest thing in the gaming community for years.
Yeah, just like a Fallout 76 Battle Royale.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Frickin' Snapcube called that one. But yeah, it was.
How that would happen.
It's so bad.
Oh my gosh, this game. I'm so glad I did not buy this game.
We were you, me, and another friend of ours was talking about just buying this day one. Like, hey, we can team up. We can go launch nukes together. Oh boy, we had the same thoughts about Anthem. Let's just say both those did not pan out.
I think the last person on Anthem actually quit. I think that was an article I saw, or it might have been a hard drive article. I can't even tell the difference anymore.
But yeah, somebody made a meme with the Bethesda logo, but instead it says pathetic. Like,
that's so dumb. What the heck? Okay, yeah, sure. All right, well. Oh yeah, the Private World, Scrapbox, Survival Tent, Adams, Ranger.
Yeah,
I wanted to point this out. The Ranger armor from New Vegas, it somehow looks worse than it did in New Vegas in Fallout 76. I thought that was hilarious.
It looks so. People already complained about emotes, and now they're packaging even stupid membership. Why?
Also,
yeah, like I love this sign here. It says like, First month is one finger being held up, and 12 months is a guy with 12 fingers. And untitled quotations is, imagine shoving that 12-fingered hand up your ass. It's okay. This membership will do it for you.
Oh my. Oh my.
Wow.
Become a followed fuck you first slave here. Jesus Christ. Also, they just called it the survival tent the sex tent.
Yes, I saw that. That was on the thing.
Roughing through the wastelands and roughing through the sheets. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading that. Okay, next, what are your thoughts about it?
Last of Us 2 being delayed?
Oh, okay.
I mean, or well, you continue talking about Fallout first. It's fine. I was just okay. That was so awkward. Sorry, Jack.
It's fine.
Sorry,
Sudden topic change.
I'm so sad.
He's like, it's fine.
Were you gonna ask me a question directly? Was that it? Or
No, he was gonna talk more about Fallout first, and he was like, alright, speaking of it, I was like, so how about Last of Us 2 being delayed? And sudden topic change. Okay.
I'm leaving.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
And I'm taking Marie with me.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, gotta find some new
That's a big
co-hosts.
difference.
We gotta
No.
commission another logo now. It's money out of my
Do it
pocket.
on your own.
Okay, we're
You're on
kind
your
of on the clock here. Nate, Alexa, you want to give some thoughts on this Fallout fuckfest?
all I could say is I can't believe they would do that. Like after, like they know the general reception of the game, so it's like, why would they decide to do that? Especially to, like, because there are people out there who do enjoy the game, despite what it is, and then they would just do this to them, and it's like, why would you decide to do that? Like it's just the most mind-boggling thing I've ever heard. Is all I really have to say about it. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, pretty much my thoughts. The first time I heard about it was, funny enough, in one of our P4GB group calls.
Yeah.
Hang out. And you know, everyone was just railing on it. I'm like, wow, that's a real thing. Wow.
That's a thing. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Okay, now, Jack. We're on Last of Us 2 being delayed. I'm sorry. No, wait. No, I didn't. Okay. All right. Well, geez.
Yeah.
So, was this supposed to come out this month or?
It was supposed to come out in February.
Okay.
And now it's getting delayed to I think May. Yeah, May.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I'm fine with that because the first quarter of 2020 is looking pretty packed anyway. So
Freaking Final Fantasy, Doom,
P5R.
and P5R in the West.
Yeah,
and
P5R in the West.
Just everything
Animal
that's
Crossing.
coming out during that time. Yeah. I don't see I'm gonna play all of these at once unless my school just shuts down for like 2 weeks.
Oh no! What a shame.
You already have a schedule going on, Nick.
Hey, shut up. I do have a schedule, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Yeah, I mean, I never get sad at the news of games being delayed because, you know, if I'm gonna wait, what's waiting a little bit longer gonna do to me anyway? And if it's gonna make the game better, then whatever. Yeah.
Okay, but if it gets delayed and delayed even further with no word and no progress updates.
Okay,
like,
then it just becomes Shin
Duke Nukem
Megami
Forever?
Tensei.
No, then it would be Duke Nukem Forever.
Oh, that's true.
Oh my
But like,
God.
yeah, okay, but like that was like 12 years. This is like 3 months. Come on.
At first.
If they do it again, then maybe I'll be a little bit hesitant. But the fact that it's just like, okay, we gotta move this back. Like, okay, sure.
Doom 2015 spent like 8 years in development hell and came out actually pretty good, and I'm surprised.
Is Doom 2016 actually pushes up glasses?
Hey, I'm the one with glasses here.
That's true. I don't have glasses.
Okay, yeah, aside from that, Last of Us, I love the first one. I just hope this one can follow through. I know Naughty Dog, they can handle it.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
There's no such thing as a bad Naughty Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah.
It always comes back to that quote from Miyamoto. You know, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad.
Yeah.
You know, always comes
Yeah.
back to that.
Classic quote. But yeah, that.
Speaking of rushes,
Oh, yeah. For
Boy.
so because BlizzCon's going on right now, and aside from all the very funny for the
Kong
Winnie the Pooh costumes running around, let's say, they announced or they showed some trailers for Overwatch 2 and I think Diablo 4, and then I think recently some articles came out about Jeff Kaplan being like, yeah, we don't know when the game's actually coming out. Which has led a lot of people to say that so they basically just rushed. This was like damage control up to like the 3000th level.
Oh yeah.
it screams, "Hey!" And they're screaming, "Hey! You can trust us again. Look, we're giving you what you want. You wanted this, right? Wait, you didn't. You'll like it. Just Hong Kong, never heard of it."
Yeah, Blizzard is in an interesting place right now in terms of
Yeah.
public opinion. And it's a thing where it's become very divided, obviously, and with good reason. And I see these posts where it's like people on like, oh, I deleted my Blizzard account, but I want to get like the Overwatch like Halloween event stuff. Can I get that back? And it's like, okay. You can tell that some people are like, yeah, like, you know, they kind of went along with the trend of the thing. And without properly realizing what's happening and being like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what that was, but you know what I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
But people often go back on their word. But it's a tough situation. Everything we hear coming from that side of the world just gets worse and worse every day.
Also, there's Diablo 4. I mean,
Which was
Yay.
also a case of we don't know when it's coming out.
also apparently it's not going to have an offline mode.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be online
just like
only.
SimCity. It's just like the SimCity when it launched.
Yeah, I don't know why
And that went horribly.
companies, and then City Skylines came along and just swept SimCity under the rug. It's interesting. I never know like why these companies keep thinking that online only video games work, because they don't. It seems like every single example of this case has been sort of, you know, brushed away under the rug, like, or like people are just like, we hate this, and it's like, we hate this game now, but companies keep doing it. I don't know why.
Yeah, like even Titanfall, when Titanfall first released, the first game, it was online only, strictly multiplayer, and then when Titanfall 2 came out, they added the story mode, and the story mode was great. Honestly, Titanfall is probably one of my favorite first-person shooters, so it's like, why would you go with that thing if it never works? And they usually go for it. And, you know, sometimes it can work. There's a lot of games that are very successful while being online only. Final Fantasy XIV, there's a lot of good examples, but it just, usually you have to have that option for people, like, because there's a lot of people that prefer a single player experience, you know, and if we keep going further and further away from that, I think it gets people upset.
Yes, with MMOs, it's more understandable because it's massively it's in the name, massively multiplayer online. But with games like Diablo, where it's more of multiplayer was an option that you could take, and now it's it's mandatory. That's when people get upset. When things that used to be one way is now another way.
Yeah, 100%.
We should probably speed it up because we're running out of time, and we want to talk about what's next for the newest episode. But we got to get through these things first.
These next two topics are going to be quick.
Oh yeah, these will be quick as easy. We're getting a Spider-Verse sequel. There was a little teaser posted, I think on the Spider-Verse like Twitter and all that kind of things, and it just flashes through and it says like 2022, I think it is. March.
Yeah, it is.
Which is a long way away. But the fact that I know that we're getting it is all I need.
Yep.
And
the wait is killing me, but I know it's going to be good. Just
the main thing I want is just give me more Spideys. I want all the Spideys.
Get all the MCU Spideys in there.
We had
green screened.
Yeah, there was a thing where it's like, are we gonna see Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and Andrew Garfield Spideys? Which
don't even animate them. Just green screen them in. Like
that'd be so weird, though.
High school movie projects.
Yes. But yeah, I mean, we don't really have much to go on besides the date. So there's not really much to talk about. There's been some like theory crafting because there's a logo and it sort of flips between a bunch of different styles. One of them was the Sentai Spider-Man, like the Japanese Spider-Man with like the mechs and stuff, which would be really cool. But that's all speculation. That's all circumstantial evidence. So we can just say it's coming soon. It's coming in a few years. And I'm sure everyone's excited for it. It's gonna be
good. Very much so.
Jack.
To the people here who have not watched Spider-Verse, go watch it. It's on Netflix. It's on all of the
it's all over the place.
Take some time. Marie, I know you haven't seen it. If you ever feel like watching it, do it. This is like one of the best movies I've seen in the past like couple of years. But yeah,
allow me to throw Alexa under the bus. She hasn't seen it. I told her plenty of time to go see it.
I'm just not like a superhero type of person that's into that stuff. So
and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
I've heard many good things about the animation, and I can respect that it's popular for this time. It's game changing, which, as I said, I can definitely respect that. But I'm just like, I'm not really that interested.
That's cool. All right.
Everyone has their own movie taste. Not everyone has to like the same things. Otherwise, the world would be very boring. And Jack, you want to talk about Luigi's Mansion 3?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I've been playing for the past couple days. So far, it plays a lot like the original Luigi's Mansion in terms of like the double joystick, and then also some of the ghost design. They did revert back from the ghost designs from Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
That's good.
But Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is my favorite between that and the original. And but I do like the new ghost designs. They're very Ghostbusters-like, and all in all, it's a lot of fun. Just love these new floor themes and making Tartarus jokes. It's cool. It's cool. It's weird that Luigi's in a hotel and not a mansion in Luigi's Mansion, but I can't complain.
He was in a hotel in the last one. It's fine.
Yeah, but there were at least like 3 mansions.
Fair enough.
I strongly agree. I just picked up the game as well. I haven't played too much of it yet, but everything about it is great. The graphics look amazing. I love the art style they have for them, the cutscenes, and then it's just really good figuring out these puzzles. I love the puzzles in them. And they brought back the portrait ghosts, so that's great.
Oh yeah.
That sounds great.
I just also love the more of Polterpup and just pure, unadulterated, just young Luigi here. Just he's just so like, it's so sad when he's sad, but it's so happy to see him happy. How do we not have any stands for him yet that are just like taking over the world at this point?
I don't get it either.
Every year is the year of Luigi now.
There was a no. I actually want to talk about this. There's I think it's some Nintendo like UK account. It's called like Luigi something, and they started for the month of October. They started like Luigi month thing, and they've actually continued going to day 34. So Luigi month will never end. Apparently,
yes.
They just
I can get behind this.
Yeah, I know that I love that so much. I thought that was hilarious. I can't wait for Luigi month day 319. That's gonna be funny.
Luigi month 420. He does his final
my
smash.
god.
Funny joke.
Okay. You can expect listeners can expect a review in a couple of weeks, but yeah, all in all, go play it if you like the original games. If you haven't played the original games, give it a go. Who knows? Maybe you might like it.
And for our final topic before we leave, I would like to ask the Scent, what's next for Persona 4 Abridged?
Oh boy. Well, next episode I can say that a new but familiar character comes into the spotlight. You can all guess who that is.
It's the best girl.
Best girl is coming through, and I'm really excited because I'll be voicing her too.
Oh, nice.
So, it's gonna be a challenge, but I like challenges to differentiate my voice between Chie and Naoto. But it'll be fun. I'm excited. What else do we have? It is the band episode where they form the band.
Boy.
So that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Mhm.
I'm actually getting one of my best friends that I've known him since childhood. He's a really great guitarist, and I'm actually getting him to fill in some music here and there for the episode. So that might take some time, but we'll also be getting some performances from our VAs singing wise.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear Jinkles sing True Story.
I can't wait either. I'm really excited.
Oh my god, you have no
yes.
idea.
Release it as another, like, 1 week later. Release it as an actual music video on your channel.
Oh yeah.
And then watch all the
2.7 million views.
Yeah.
Trending in anime.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how it comes out. Currently, we've already finished the script. The script is done.
Ooh, boy.
We're just waiting on the lines from everyone. That's mostly, I would argue that most of the time is taken waiting for the voice actors, but it's totally fine
And
because
it's understandable.
they're volunteering to lend their talent, and we try to give them as much time as possible to send us their line. But hopefully pretty soon we should be getting started with editing. So yeah.
And you can find their wonderful content on The Scent and youtube.com. So that go subscribe to them, go watch all their videos, like them all, do all that, comment everything. Hit that, make sure to smash that motherfucking like button.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Wait.
Right. Rate, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you all have a fantastic day.
Yeah,
Wait,
do
wrong
all that.
YouTuber.
Do all that. Do it all. They deserve it. It's good stuff. Alright, if you guys want to plug your Twitter accounts or whatever, and so people can find you and know where to follow you and all that kind of stuff, you can here. Yeah.
Sure. Mine is at Alexa Chi. I just shitpost and talk about video games, and that's about it. That's all you'll get.
Yeah, and then my name's Nate. My handle for everything, Twitter, YouTube, it's just all NateB64. If you want to follow me, go for it. I pretty much I just post things about video games, shit posting, and any projects I'm working on, because I love content creation in any sort of format, so I like sharing all those along.
And everyone who's watching here already knows ours. All of these links will be down in the the description below, so go ahead and check that out. All right, I think that's good. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, no
Oh, it
problem.
was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, goodbye.
Bye, everyone.